Well, good afternoon. It's Wayne Albright. I've returned to play another game in my reimagining of the 2025 Major League Baseball playoffs, and I'm using OOTP 26 out of the Park Baseball 26 program. And we are in the National League Championship Series, and it will be Game 4 of the San Diego Padres versus the Cincinnati Reds, and it will be played in Cincinnati. And the playoff tree is as such. Cincinnati is up 2 games to 1. Waiting Game 3 on this game day of October 17th, I believe. And that will be the American League nightcap. And the game will be played in Cleveland. And the series is tied 1-1 with the Blue Jays and Guardians. But this game right now is going to be Game 4 of the Cincinnati Reds hosting the San Diego Padres. And we will go out to see what the lineups look like for this game on a partly cloudy afternoon with the wind blowing out to right field. It's an afternoon 1 o'clock game at the Great American Ballpark. And as usual, I will be controlling the defensive strategies and substitutions. The AI of the program will set the defense initially, and I may change it if necessary. The rest of the computer will control the rest of the game, and we'll see how this goes. But this is the starting lineups for Game 4, and right now the Padres need to get going, having lost Game 3 to the Reds 5-4, with Santillan taking the win. So here's Game 4 lineup, and for the San Diego Padres, leading off, Fernando Tatis in right field. Batting second, Jake Cronenworth playing second base. Manny Machado plays third base and bats third. Jackson Merrill, the center fielder, will bat fourth. Xander Bogaerts, the shortstop, will bat fifth. Ryan O'Hearn, the designated hitter, will bat sixth. Ramon Laureano will play left field and bat seventh. Luis Arraez will play first base and bat eighth. And Freddie Fermin will bat ninth, and he will catch. The starting pitcher for Game 4 for the Padres is Yu Darvish. He is 1-0 in the playoffs as he last pitched against the Cubs in the first round. He has a 1.80 ERA. He was 5-5 during the season in 15 games, an ERA just over 5. And for the Cincinnati Reds, it'll be T.J. Friedl to lead off once again and play center field. Matt McLain plays second base and bats second. Eli De La Cruz will bat third and play shortstop. The cleanup hitter, Miguel Andujar, will bat fourth and play first base. Spencer Steer, the DH, bats fifth. Austin Hayes, the left fielder, bats sixth. Gabrian Hayes, the third baseman, bats seventh. Jose Trevino will catch and bat eighth, and Novi Marte will play right field and bat ninth. The starting pitcher for the home-standing Cincinnati Reds here in Game 4 will be Zach Littell. He started the season in Tampa Bay, I believe. Let's see. Yes, went 8-8, and then 2-0 for the Reds. And during the playoffs, he is 1-0 with a 2 ERA. So expecting a decent pitching matchup here, and we'll see if it lives up to that, as the Padres need to win this game to even the series, or the Reds will take a 3-1 lead if they win this game. So let's head out to the ballpark. I'm excited to see how this goes. The 6th seed is playing tough, and that's the Reds. And the 5th seed needs to step up here in Game 4. So we head out to the ballpark in this afternoon game. And the Cincinnati Reds will wear the dark, I think it's black uniforms, all black with red. And the Padres will wear dark brown tops and their visiting uniform, I guess. So we'll get started here. Here's the outfield lineup for the homestanding Reds. Hayes in left, Friedl in center, Marte in right. Gabrian Hayes at third, De La Cruz at short, Matt McLain at second, Miguel Andujar at first, the catcher Trevino, and the starting pitcher Zach Littell, the right-hander. So we will get started here. We will have some a fly-in, and then the game will start with some pitches here and see how we go. Stepping in is Fernando Tatis to lead off. He is batting 194 in the playoffs. 1 home run, 1 RBI. He really needs to step up here for the Padres to get their offense going. So here we go. Settle in and get ready to go here in the afternoon in Cincinnati. Game day is October 17th, 2025. And we await the 1-2 pitch from Zach Littell to get things started. Hitter-friendly conditions here. It's a hitter-friendly ballpark, I think. So maybe we'll have a lot of offense here. It's grounded up the middle, and De La Cruz will not get to it. So Tatis leads off the game with a base hit. So Tatis on first. Cronenworth will step in. The second baseman is batting .333 with no home runs and 1 RBI. So Tatis being held by Andujar at first as Zach Littell gets ready to pitch. We'll see if Tatis is moving. 1 strike. And that's lined up in the middle, and that's a base hit. And Tatis will take third, and the throw will be late. And it will be first and third with nobody out. As Manny Machado will step in. Manny Machado hit a 2-run home run in the first inning in Game 3. He has 2 base runners on now with nobody out. And Littell in danger here in the first inning. And a 1-ball, 1-strike pitch. That's lined to center field, and the Padres take a 1-0 lead. Cronenworth will stop at second. 3 straight singles for the Padres, and they take a 1-0 lead. Still with nobody out. So the Padres have come to hit today. They have Lodolo, who could have been used as a starter. He'll be available to pitch here if Littell continues to have trouble. So nobody out, first and second, and Jackson Merrill to step in. .229 hitter with 1 home run and 4 RBIs. And a full count from Littell. Trailing 1, has already given up 1. There's a ground ball to second. Matt McLean to De La Cruz. He'll at least get an out. So 1 out on the fielder's choice. And the other runners move up. So it'll be first and third with 1 out. And it's 1-0 right now. As Littell has runners Cronenworth at third and Merrill at first. And Bogarts is batting .097. No home runs and 1 RBI. So he needs to step up. And a full count. Grounded sharply to third. Hayes to McLean, over to first, and the double play will get him out of this inning. So, limited damage, a rough start for Littell here in the top of the first. San Diego scores a run, and now Cincinnati will get their first turn at bat. And Yu Darvish will step on the mound, not bat. He's 39 years old, the right-hander. And he will face T.J. Friedel, the center fielder, to lead off, batting .196 with 3 home runs and 8 RBIs. So a little bit of power from the center fielder, batting left-handed right now. So Darvish to start off with 1 ball and no strikes. And that's well hit to left field. Friedel, and it will be back. Not as well as I thought. Laureano catches it before the warning track, and then there's 1 out. Friedel has led off at least 1, if not 2 games in the playoffs with home runs. So Matt McLean will bat, having a decent playoff, .282, 2 home runs and 10 RBIs. And a 2-2 pitch from Darvish. And a strikeout. A splitter, and that will be the second out of the inning. De La Cruz, the switch hitter, will bat, left-handed. He has 3 home runs, 6 RBIs. He hit a home run in Game 3. A solo home run in the first, I think it was in the first inning, the second inning. So, no, he did not. No, he hit it, let's see, first, second, in the third inning. Okay, so he hit a 2-run home run in the third inning in Game 3. So here we go, with 2 outs, 1 strike from Darvish. And that's flied out to right, not too difficult. And Tatis will grab it, and that's the 3rd out. So 1, 2, 3, bottom of the first. And we're just getting started here at Cincinnati. And it's 1-0 San Diego. San Diego jumped out to a 2-0 lead in Game 3. They lead 1-0 here with O'Hearn stepping up, and then it will be Laureano and Reyes. O'Hearn batting 346 with 1 home run and 1 RBI in the playoffs. And a 2-2 pitch awaits. And that's lined into right field, and that will be a base hit. So the 2nd inning in a row, the leadoff batter is on base with a hit. So Laureano will bat. With nobody out, Andujar holding O'Hare at first. First pitch, and he dropped it. Trevino dropped it, but doesn't go anywhere, and O'Hearn holds it first. So here we go again. 1-1 pitch, and there goes O'Hearn, a bunt, and it will be a sacrifice. So Laureano with a successful sacrifice, 2-3, and that will put O'Hearn at second. So, Reyes will bat. 143 so far in the playoffs. No home runs, 4 RBIs. A guy at second now with 1 out. And the first pitch from Littell. Grounded to short. And De La Cruz will choose to go to first, as O'Hearn does go to third. So 2 outs. Runner advances to third, and Furman, probably San Diego's best hitter in the playoffs, at a .467 average, and 1 home run and 10 RBIs. So here's a chance to tack another run on as Furman steps in. The catcher, right-handed batter, and a 1-ball pitch awaits. And that's flied out to right field, and in on it is Marte, and that will be the 3rd out. So no damage done. Leadoff single, left at third. And an inning and a half, it's 1-0 San Diego. Miguel Andujar will step in. He seems to be the doubles hitter for the Reds. He's hit quite a few. He did homer his first time up in Game 3. So he is batting .333 with a home run and 3 RBIs. As Darvish gets set to throw the 2-0 pitch, and it's grounded sharply to third. Machado up with it easily. Makes the throw to first, and that's the 1st out. So the Padres trying to even this series and make it a 3-game series going forward, or a best out of 3, as Steer will step in. The Reds have been very resilient in the playoffs, so down 1 run this early is really not a big deal to them. And a 1-2 pitch to Steer, who homered in Game 3. Strike 3. He checked his swing, but it was a strike on a cutter, and that's 2 outs. And Austin Hayes had a spectacular defensive play in Game 3, throwing a runner out at home and saving a run. They had 2 thrown out at homes, one by the center fielder Austin Hayes and the other one by Friedel, which saved 2 runs, and eventually that most likely was the difference in Game 3. So here's Hayes, batting .229, no home runs, 3 RBIs, with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 2nd. 1 strike pitch. And that's up the middle, and that's a base hit, the first hit for the Reds here in Game 4. And Ke'Bryan Hayes will step in. He is batting .310 with no home runs and 5 RBIs. So Austin Hayes leads off first base. Reyes will hold. And a 2-2 pitch. And a strikeout on a curveball. That's the third out. So no runs, 1 hit, 1 left. We've done 2, and it's 1-0 San Diego. Looks like a beautiful day for baseball in October in Cincinnati at the Great American Ballpark, a hitter's park, it seems. And we'll see if any more offense comes our way in this game. So the third inning and the top of the order. Tatis, Cronenworth, and Machado await Zach Littell. And a 3-ball, no-strike pitch. And that's low, and that's ball 4. So Tatis is on again to lead an inning. That's the third inning in a row. They have a base runner to lead things off. It'll be Cronenworth who singled his first time. Tatis is a threat at first to run. 1 ball, 1 strike, he holds. Ground ball, weakly hit to third. Over to second, McLean hurries and gets the double play. So a 5-4-4-3 double play, and Littell now has 2 outs here in the top of the third. So a big double play helps out. That's the second double play that the Padres have grounded into so far in almost 3 innings. So Machado steps in. He singled in a run his first time. 2 balls, 1 strike to the third baseman. And that's lined into left field, and that will be his second hit of this game. So 2 for 2 is Machado, and Jackson Merrill reached base on a fielder's choice his first time. Machado at first, most likely not going anywhere. And a full count. He will run. And he struck him out. Inside corner with a slider and a strikeout looking, and that's it. No runs. 1 hit, 1 left. 2.5 in the book, and it's 1-0 San Diego. Need to get a drink here. I'm getting a little hoarse. So Yu Darvish, the right-hander, steps on the mound and faces the bottom of the order. Trevino, Marte, and then Friedel back at the top. Trevino, 1 home run, 2 RBIs, hitting .250 in these playoffs. Darvish has allowed a hit. Is the only base runner in 2 innings so far. And a 1-2 pitch. And that's a strikeout, a cutter. So Darvish has come to pitch today. 4 strikeouts now. And Marte will bat. .286 with no home runs or RBI. So Darvish on top of it at the moment. And a 2-1 pitch. And that's lined in right field. That's toward the line. Tatis will cut it off and hold Marte to a single. So a base runner with 1 out for the Reds here in the bottom of the third. And the top of the order coming up with Friedel, who flew out to left field his first time. Marte will be held at first. See if they have any motion here. 1 strike, he holds. Grounded weakly to second. In on it is Cronenworth, and he won't make the play. It's an infield single, and that puts base runners at first and second. So hustle by Friedel down the line. And it was weakly hit to Cronenworth, so beat it out, and McLean will bat with 2 on and 1 out. He does have 10 RBIs in these playoffs, so he's come up big several times. And here's the first pitch, and he turns to bunt and misses. Trying to sacrifice them into scoring, 1 more base, scoring position for both of them. So Darvish. McLean awaits. 1 strike pitch. Grounded to third. There's Machado. He will choose to go to first. And that will be the second out. So a fielder's choice. He chooses to go to first. And it's second and third with 2 outs. And De La Cruz will bat. He has 3 home runs, 6 RBIs in these playoffs. So he is a threat to hit the ball out of the ballpark. So 2 outs. Darvish trying to get out of the third inning. 2 strikes. And it gets past the catcher, Furman, and a run will score. And that's a wild pitch. and the run will score. And the other runner, Frieda, will go to third, and we have our wild pitch out of the way. I'm sure the hit batsman will be coming up also. We didn't have a hits batsman in Game 3, which was very rare, because most games have had at least a hit batsman and a wild pitch or pass ball, especially on a strikeout. So a run scores. It is 1-1, and the lead run is waiting at third base with De La Cruz facing the next pitch, which will be a 1-2 pitch. Grounded second base, Cronenworth over to first. So the third out, but the Reds tie the game on that wild pitch that allowed Marte to score. 1 run on 2 hits and 1 left. We head to the middle innings, and it's tied 1-1. It will be Bogarts, O'Hearn, and Laureano to pitch, or to face Littell here in the top of the 4th. He's pitched 50 pitches so far, 1 walk and 1 strikeout. And a 3-1 pitch. Grounded to third, Hayes up with it, and the throw to first, and that's the first out. And O'Hearn will bat. Singled his first time. And a 2-strike pitch from Littell. And that's grounded sharply to De La Cruz. He handles it well and throws out O'Hearn at first for the second out at the top of the 4th. Laureano, a sacrifice bunt his first time. So 2 outs for Littell. First inning, the Padres have not had a base runner to start the inning. A 1-strike pitch. And that's grounded to short. De La Cruz over to his right will make the long throw, and that's a 1-2-3, top of the 4th for Zach Littell. And the score remains 1-1 here in Cincinnati. And Darvish heads to the mound for the bottom of the 4th. Has 4 strikeouts. He's allowed a run on 3 hits. The wild pitch cost him that run last inning. So Andujar, Steer, and Hayes will bat. Andujar is 0 for 1. He grounded out his first time. So here's Darvish to start things off. First pitch. And that's grounded into right field for a base hit. So Andujar leads off the bottom of the 4th for the Reds here in Game 4. And Spencer Steer, who struck out his first time. Andujar shouldn't go anywhere. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And that's lined into right field, and that will head toward the wall in the corner. Over to get it is Tatis. He's slow to get it in. And scoring from first base is Andujar, but Steer is thrown out at third on the play behind. So that's I'm assuming that's a double. I'm assuming that's what it is. And that's a 9-3-5 put out, but the run does score from first base. Let me see if it's a double or a single. I don't know. Let's see. It is a double. Double for Steer. And an RBI as Andujar scores from first base. And the Reds now lead it 2-1. So Steer comes through. The bases are clean now, thanks to the put out at third. 9-3-5 is the put out. And Darvish will face Austin Hayes, who singled his first time. So the Reds are back on top now. And we'll see here. 3 balls, no strikes. And that's outside, ball 4, and we have a base runner. So Brian Hayes steps in with Hayes at first. 2 Hayeses back-to-back. And Brian struck out his first time. And here's the first pitch. There goes Austin Hayes. It's weakly hit to third. Machado will have to go to first. And that's the second out. So Austin Hayes was moving. He ends up at second. Fielder's choice. Not really a fielder's choice because he wasn't going to get Hayes at second base. So It's a put out 5-3, and Trevino, who struck out his first time, with a base runner at second to pad the lead potentially here in the bottom of the fourth. 1 ball, no strikes to the catcher for the Reds, and it's flied into center field. Over to his left is Merrill, and that will be the third out. So the Reds here in the bottom of the fourth, 1 run on 2 hits and 1 left. And they now lead 2-1 heading to the fifth. Reyes, Furman, and Tatis to bat for the Padres against Zach Littell, up to 60 pitches. He did have a 1-2-3 inning last inning. And here comes Reyes, 0 for 1. 2-strike pitch. And that's flied into center, and that's pretty well hit. It's gone to the wall. Retrieving it is Friedel, and Reyes will double to lead off the top of the 5th inning. And Freddie Furman has a chance to tie this game. He's been clutch, as I've said before. He is like their best hitter these playoffs so far, with the best average anyway. And looking at the RBIs, I think he's driven in the most too. So a clutch hit awaits here, potentially, as Littell tries to put out Furman. And the first pitch, and that's grounded to third, and he doesn't tag the runner going by, and Hayes does make the play to first. So sometimes the computer, another interesting selection there. Runner ran right by him. So 1 out, and Reyes is at third. The infield will play in now with Tatis trying to cut this run off, leading 2-1. A walk and a single and run scored for Tatis so far. 2-strike pitch, and that's popped high on the left side of the infield, and Hayes will step under it, the third baseman, and now there are 2 outs for Cronenworth to bat. Jake Cronenworth with Reyes at first. Is it time to go to a left-hander in Lodolo? Littell has pitched well. And Lodolo is ready to pitch. And I think they're going to go to the left-hander to face Cronenworth here in the the top of the 5th inning. So 4 2/3 for Littell. Lodolo, the left-hander, will come in. It was between him or Zach Littell as the starter in this game. They chose Littell, and they will go to the left-hander right now. So 19 batters for Littell. Lodolo comes in. Let's see what we got here. Lodolo is a 22-5, so the left-hander comes in to face Cronenworth here in the top of the 5th. So Lodolo, 1-0 in the playoffs, 5.68 ERA, takes over. And a full count coming to Cronenworth from Lodolo. And that's inside, he walked him. So it puts runners at first and third with 2 outs, and Machado steps in, he's 2 for 2. So we'll see if this move by the Reds manager makes a difference or not. So 2 on, 2 outs. Key part of the game thus far as the Padres try to tie this game or take the lead. 1-strike pitch. That is well hit to center field, and Machado has hit the home run. So a bit of second guessing, I guess, on the Reds' part, as a 3-run home run by Machado puts them ahead 4-2. So Lodolo comes in, tries to get Cronenworth. You play the percentages, I guess, and you get burned. And Machado makes him pay with a 3-run home run. His 4 RBIs in this game. He's 3 for 3. Straightaway center field. And Jackson Merrill now will step in 0 for 2. So Lodolo trying to get out of this inning. Ground ball to second, and there's McLean makes a bad throw, and Merrill will end up at second, and the error will be charged to McLean on the bad throw, so things are just falling apart here for the Reds. 3 batters faced by Lodolo and no outs. And a potential another run at second base with Bogart stepping in. He is 0 for 2. Got to get an out. And that's a walk and then a stolen base. Oh, no, it's not a walk. It was only a 1-strike pitch. So a stolen base for Merrill. So he's ended up at third now. And there's 2 outs. 1-2 pitch. Struck him out. So Lodolo does manage to get out of the inning, but San Diego puts a 3 spot on the board with 2 hits thanks to the home run by Machado. And after 4.5, it's San Diego 4 and Cincinnati 2. So, backfired a little bit with Lodolo coming in. And it'll be Marte, Friedel, and McLean to face Darvish here in the bottom of the 5th. Marte has singled, and he scored on a wild pitch. First pitch to Marte. And that's lined into center field. So base hit number 2 for Marte in this game, and here's Friedel. Friedel is 1 for 2. Marte at first. He is a threat to steal. We'll see if that's the situation here. 1 strike. He holds it first. Fly ball center field. Merrill is under it, and that's 1 out. So Matt McLean, 0 for 2, will bat as the Reds try to get back into this game again. 1 ball, no strike. There goes the runner, Marte, and no throw is made. So a stolen base for Marte, and he'll end up at second here with 1 out. McLean can at least draw the Reds closer here with a base hit. Full count. That's well hit to left field, and McLean may just tie this game, and he did. McLean has come through again in this series for the Reds, and he has just tied this game at 4. The resilient Cincinnati Reds have come back again in this game, and now they're tied again. So what does it take to knock down the 6th seed Reds in this playoffs? They do it again, and there's only 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th of a 4-4 game. 387 feet for McLean, his 3rd home run of the playoffs. And Dela Cruz now will bat with Darvish on the ropes here in the bottom of the 5th. 1 ball, no strikes. And that's up the middle, lined, and it will be caught by Bogarts, and that's the 2nd out. 2 outs with Andujar up. He's 1 for 2. He has singled and scored. Darvish trying to get out of this inning with no more damage. We've had some sparks here in the 5th by both teams. And a full count to Andujar. And that's well hit down the line, but over to get it will be Laureano, and that will be the 3rd out. So the Reds manage 2 runs on 2 hits. The home run from McLean ties the game. And we've completed 5 here in Cincinnati, and it is 4-4. And Lodolo will be in his 2nd inning here. He only needed an out last inning and managed to give up 3 runs. So here we go. O'Hearn steps in, 1 for 2. 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors for San Diego. 4 runs, 7 hits, and 1 error for the Cincinnati Reds. A series that is not tied. It's Cincinnati up 2-1. And we've got excitement potentially going through the rest of this game. as the Padres try to tie the series. And here's Lodolo with a 2-2 pitch to O'Hearn. Struck him out. 1 out. And Laureano, who has sacrificed, and he has ground out. He's 0 for 1. So the Reds come back with 2 of their own in the bottom of the 5th to tie this game again. They've done it twice. Or they've taken the lead once. Or no, they did tie the game, and then they went ahead, and now they've tied it again. So here's Laureano. And the first pitch. And that's a pop into foul territory as Hayes goes to get it, and that's 2nd out. Reyes, who doubled his last time, he scored on the home run by Machado, and he has grounded out. So 2 quick outs here for Lodolo. And a 2-ball, no-strike pitch to Reyes. And that's grounded sharply to second. There's McLean. He comes up with it, and that's a 3rd out. So 1, 2, 3 as Lodolo kind of settles down after that rough top of the 5th. And we're going to the bottom of the 6th inning, tied 4-4. And Darvish at 69 pitches. Does he have another inning in him? Let's go see what the San Diego bullpen has to offer. They do have some good bullpen pitchers. And they're going to go with Bradley Rodriguez to pitch it for Darvish after 5 innings. And 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 batters. Darvish will sit down and Rodriguez will come in. The right-hander. And he will face Steer, Hayes, and Hayes here in the bottom of the 6th. So Rodriguez will come in. And we'll see what he is here. We'll see what he is on the spreadsheet. I don't see him. No, this is Cincinnati. He's a Padre. I gotta look at the wrong team. All right, let's see here. Rodriguez is 4-1. Okay. All right, here we go with Rodriguez to face the right-handed batting Steer. He has doubled and drove in a run, and he struck out. He was thrown out at third base his last time, trying to make it a triple. And here's a 2-1 pitch from the new pitcher, Rodriguez, the right-hander. And that's a little number. Rodriguez will grab it right in front of the mound, and that's the first out. So an easy play to start things off. And Hayes is 1 for 1 with a walk. Right-handed batting left fielder. 3 balls, no strikes. And that's inside, and that's a walk. He's on for the 3rd time. And in steps Brian Hayes, the third baseman. He is 0 for 2. Hayes at first. 1-1 pitch, he holds. And pop at the catcher. Wow, that was real fast. So 2 outs. And Trevino will bat. That was kind of a weird animation. That was so fast. I didn't know what was going on there. So Trevino will step in. He is 0 for 2 with Hayes at first. 1-1 pitch. And there goes Hayes. And the throw by Trevino, or no, the throw by Furman is not in time. I get my catchers mixed up. I get my players mixed up. So much going on. Can't. So, Austin Hayes puts himself in scoring position with 2 outs. And Trevino, the other catcher, is at bat. And a 2-2 pitch. And that's hit to left field. Back on it is Laureano, and that's the 3rd out. So, no runs, no hits, 1 left. We head to the 7th inning of a tie game at 4-4. So we're all settled in here for the last part of the game. It's an important game 4, especially for the Padres, as they trail the series 2-1. And Furman will step in, and Lodolo is in has been in, this will be his third inning. So then it'll be Tatis and Cronenworth. So here we are in the 7th. 1-2 pitch to Furman. And that's a strikeout. Fastball, 1 out. That is the 3rd strikeout for Lodolo. 1 out. And the top of the order. Tatis, he is 1 for 2. He has scored a run. He has also walked. And a 3-1 pitch from Lodolo. And that's outside. So a base runner with 1 out. And Cronenworth, who walked when Lodolo came in, and right ahead of Machado's 3-run home run. So Tatis at first, decent speed, and Cronenworth is 1 for 2 with a run scored. He also has that walk. We'll see what Lodolo has in store here. Hayes is drawn in at third, even with the bag. Andujar holds Tatis at first. And a full count. And that's lined into left field. That will be a base hit. Tatis goes to second. And it's first and second with 1 out. And I think Lodolo is not going to face Machado again. So Machado is already homered off of him. And I think it's Lodolo's time to exit. And he has faced 10 batters. And Cincinnati will go to that bullpen that has been so successful these playoffs and see what they can bring in. They do have Santillan. They have Ashcraft. They're going to bring in Santillan, I believe. Barlow, Burns, Martinez. They don't want to use Pagan right now. So they're going to bring in Santillan to pitch. This is a big part of the game. So they're going with their best pitcher. And see if they can get Machado out, because Machado is 3 for 3. So Santillan will step in. Not too bad for Lodolo after that rough start when he came in. But he did leave 2 runners on base now here in the top of the 7th for Santillan to try to manage here. So here's Machado, 3 for 3. He has singled twice. He has a 3-run home run. He has 4 RBIs. Tatis at second and Cronenworth at first. A key part of the game right now. See how Santillan does. With a 1-ball, no-strike pitch to Machado. And that's well hit to center field, but back on it is Friedel. He will grab it. He gave it a ride, but it's a long out. On the play, Tatis goes to third. So 2 outs as Machado tried again, but didn't hit it quite far enough. And here's Jackson Merrill with 2 outs, runners on first and third. 0 for 3 is Merrill. 1-strike pitch. And that's lined into lefts, and it'll go all the way to the wall. Here's 1 run. Here comes Cronenworth. Is he going to try it too? He's going to try it. And it will be a 2-run double for Merrill as Tatis and Cronenworth score. And now the Padres lead 6-4. So they come back with it again and try to put this game in their comfortable pocket. But the Reds still are a dangerous team. So Bogarts will bat with 2 outs as Santillan cannot manage to get out of this inning without letting up runs. And here's Bogarts. He's 0 for 3. 1-1 pitch with Merrill at second. That's fly to right field. That's pretty well hit down the line. And that's a fair ball. It's a home run. And Bogarts has hit his first home run of these playoffs. And San Diego has now tacked on 4 here in the top of the 7th off of Santillan. So, whatever moves the bullpen is making today have not worked for Cincinnati, as Lodolo did not do well when he came in, and Santillan has not done well since he's been in. So it's 8-4 now. San Diego, 8 runs, 10 hits for the Padres, no errors, and Cincinnati 4 runs, 7 hits, and 1 error. So trying to get out of this inning, there's no base runners now, but 4 runs have plated to put the Padres up 8-4. And a 2-strike pitch to O'Hearn. Grounded weakly to first. Andujar will grab it, and that does the inning. We're at stretch time. 4 runs on 4 hits, and nobody left. 8-4 San Diego at stretch time. You're in the middle of the 7th. All right, we're heading down the later innings, and the Padres have now put a 4 spot on to see if they can hold on to this one. They had a 1-0 lead. They were tied 1-1. They went down 2-1. They went up 4-2, and then the Cincinnati came right back and scored 2 to tie it. So now they'll try 4 runs this time and see if the Reds can come back. So Marte will bat, 2 singles, 2 run scores. He has a stolen base. And Rodriguez is still in the game. And a 1-2 pitch to start things off for the bottom of the 7th. And that's strike 3 on a changeup, 1 out. Frido will bat. He's 1 for 3. A little quiet here at Great American Ballpark after that top of the 7th inning. 2 strikes. And that's a strikeout. 2 outs on the slider. And it will be McLean. He did homer his last time. He's 1 for 3. His 3rd home run of the playoffs, 12 RBIs, which look to be the leader on the team right now. And a 1-2 pitch from Rodriguez in his 2nd inning. Grounded sharply to 3rd. Machado's up with it cleanly and over to 1st. And a 1-2-3 inning. Closes out the 7th, and the Padres go to the 8th inning, leading 8-4. So Centillan is gone from this game, and they will bring in probably Nick Martinez, I would guess, or Barlow. They'll bring in Nick Martinez. So Nick Martinez will pitch, and he will face Laureano, Arraez, and Furman. Trying not to wear down the bullpen too much. It has been unsuccessful in this game so far, which has been a rarity in these playoffs. All right, Nick Martinez. He was 11-14 during the season. And he will face Laureano, who is 0 for 3. Or no, 0 for 2, he has a sacrifice. Okay. 2-2 pitch from Martinez. Here in the top of the 8th. And that's popped in the infield on the right side. Incoming is McLean, and he will make the catch. So 1 out, and Arraez bats. He's doubled and scored, and he's 3 trips. 1-2 pitch from Martinez. And that's line to 1st, and there's Andujar. And that's the 2nd out. 2 outs, and Furman to bat, who's 0 for 3. So they've scored 8 runs, and their best hitter hasn't contributed anything. So maybe the Padres are waking up in this series. And 1 strike. Fly ball right field. Over to get it is Marte, and that will be the 3rd out. So 1-2-3 here in the top of the 8th. And the game is 8-4 San Diego. So Rodriguez will sit down after 2 innings of work. And he faced 7 batters. So the Padres will go to the bullpen, up 8-4. See who they bring in. Who's their batting order is De La Cruz, Andujar, and Steer. So Mason Miller. It is the bottom of the 8th, right? Yeah. They haven't pitched him in a while. Morjan will pitch, the left-hander. Morjan, the left-hander, will come into pitch for San Diego. Here in the bottom of the 8th. And they will switch De La Cruz around to the right side. He's 0 for 3, hitting from the other side. So the left-handed pitcher is on. And a 2-2 pitch. Strike 3, struck him out on a sinker. 1 out. Do the Reds have some magic here? Andujar, 1 for 3 with a run scored. And a 1-strike pitch. That's up the middle, and that will be a base hit. Second hit for Andujar. And 8th hit for the Reds. And here's Steer, who is 1 for 3 with an RBI double. So Andujar at first with 1 out. And a full count, and there goes Andujar. And it will be an infield single. As Bogarts is unable to make the play, so base runners on first and second with 1 out. And Austin Hayes is up. He's walked twice, and he has singled. So he's been on base all 3 times. So things are stirring here at the Great American Ballpark here in the bottom of the 8th. Morjan to face Hayes with 2 base runners on and 1 out. And the first pitch. And that's grounded to first. Reyes will take it to first. And what? He didn't make the play at first? What did he do? Okay, I got to see what he did. So it's a fielder's choice. He didn't touch first base? Okay. So it puts runners at first and third as he makes the play to second. All right, he didn't touch the base. Okay, that's odd. So 2 outs, first and third now for Ke'Bryan Hayes to bat. He's 0 for 3. He hasn't really done anything lately. He's 0 for 3 in this game, and he was 0 for 4 last game. So he's due with a full count. Ground ball to third. There's Machado. He will make the play, and that's 3rd out. So they do threaten, do the Reds, but they do not score. 2 hits and 2 left. We head to the 9th inning with the Reds trailing 8-4. And Nick Martinez to face Tatis, Cronenworth, and Machado. 10 hits for the Padres, 8 runs. 2 of the hits are Tatis, 2 for 3. He scored twice. And here's the first pitch from Martinez. And that's hit to left field on a line. And Hayes will grab it. That's the first out. So the top of the order has come through in this game. 2 hits by Tatis. 2 hits for Cronenworth. 3 hits for Machado. So they have woken up a little bit here in Game 4. And Martinez to face Cronenworth, who has a walk, 2 singles, and 3 trips. And he has scored 2 runs. So a 2-strike pitch for Martinez. Struck him out. And that's 2 outs. Fastball got him. And here's Machado. 3-run home run. And an RBI single in the first. 3-run home run in the 5th inning. 4 RBIs. And a full count from Martinez. Strike 3 on the outside corner. So Martinez does the job. Fastball. Looking. And the bottom of the 9th is upon us as the Reds try to fight back. They trail 8-4 here in Game 4 of the National League Championship Series, in which they lead 2-1. So Morjan will sit down. 5 batters, 1 inning. And San Diego will go to the bullpen and bring in Mason. It's not a save situation. So Mason Miller hasn't pitched in a while, so they're going to bring him in. So Mason Miller over from Oakland. And San Diego, Miller. 4-1, okay. All right, so it'll be Trevino, Marte, and Friedel to face Miller. And let's see if they have any. They do have some left-handed batters here. So Lux will bat for Trevino. And Benson will probably bat for Marte. So Lux will bat for Trevino against Mason Miller. 133 hitter, no home runs, 1 RBI for Lux, and he's pinch hitting for Trevino, the catcher. And a 1-strike pitch from Miller. Trying to get things started off here in the bottom of the 9th. Need base runners. That's lined into left field, and that will go down the line. It will go to the wall. Over to get it is Laureano, and Lux will lead off with a double. So the pinch hit works. And now another pinch hitter will come in to face Mason Miller, and that will be Benson. Will Benson will bat. Pinch hitting is Benson. They try to get back into this game. They have a base runner at second with nobody out. And here's Benson batting. Well, he doesn't have a hit in 6 trips so far in the playoffs. He did hit 226 with 12 home runs and 41 RBIs during the season. So here's Miller to face Benson with Lux at second. 1-2 pitch. And that's hit pretty well to right center field. And it's off the top of the wall. Benson will end up at second. He's going to third with a triple. So Benson triples off the top of the wall in right center field, and it's 8-5. With the top of the order coming up, Friedel. He is 1 for 3. And Miller doesn't have an out yet. 2-2 pitch. Struck him out. That's a big strikeout. 101 miles an hour. Second time Friedel has struck out. McLean will bat. He has homered in 4 trips. So 1 out. The team leader in RBIs is up McLean in these playoffs. So here's Miller with Benson at third base and a 1-2 pitch. And he struck him out. Rearing back and firing now. So Miller must be upset. Throwing the ball near 100 miles an hour or just over 100 miles an hour, and he's got 2 quick outs now. And La Cruz will be the last chance here. So if he comes through, we'll have another batter. If not, the game will be over. So 0 for 4 is La Cruz. He has struck out once. Runner at third. And a 1-1 pitch. And that's fly to right center field. And over to get it is Tatis, and that'll be the 3rd out. So the series is now tied at 2-2. Cincinnati did manage a run here in the bottom of the 9th on 2 hits, so they threatened a little bit, but Mason shut the door. And the Padres will win Game 4, 8-5. Here in Cincinnati. So it's a best of 3 from now on going forward, as the Padres wake up in this game and score some runs, and the top of the order really did do some damage in this game. So let's go to the recap. Sorry about that, I coughed here. And so let's see who the player of the game is. I'm going to guess Machado. Let's see if I'm right. Manny Machado is the player of the game. And that's the way it should be. He was the star of the game with 3 hits, 4 RBIs, a home run. And the game was played in a little over three and a half fake hours time. And the winning pitcher is Rodriguez. There is no save, but the San Diego bullpen did just enough to pull this game out. So they held the Reds down just enough, and they will settle the score now in the series at 2-2. And Lodolo will take the loss. So the strategy of Littell and then Lodolo did not work out here, and then Santillan kind of fell apart also. So the bullpen let the Reds down here in Game 4. And we'll go to the hitting department here. Look at the top of the order for San Diego. 5 for 9, 12, 6 for 12, 4 RBIs, 5 runs scored from Tatis, Cronenworth, and Machado. 2 RBI for Merrill and Bogarts, as Bogarts homered. And that's about it. 10 hits, 13 left on base, 6 strikeouts. And for the Reds, scored 5 runs, 1 on a wild pitch. And McLean hit a 2-run home run. Andujar with 2 hits and a run score. Steer with 2 hits and an RBI. 2 hits from Marte. And a triple from Benson, pitch hitting in the bottom of the 9th. So 9 strikeouts for the Reds and 2 walks, left on base 16. So the game has moved on, and we have a tie series now with Padres and Reds, and Game 5 in Cincinnati will be the start of the best of 3 to end this series. So the final totals of this game: San Diego, the winning team, 8 runs, 10 hits, and no errors. Cincinnati Reds, 5 runs, 11 hits, and 1 error. The winning pitcher, Yu Darvish. And no, that can't be right. Yu Darvish is not the winner. Rodriguez is the winner, right? Yes, Rodriguez is the winner. Rodriguez is the winner, and Lodolo is the loser of this game. 10 batters. So let's move on to on the screen here. We'll leave this game. And this game day, October 17th, we've played the afternoon game, and we switch to the American League for the night game. I don't know when I'll get to that game, but that's the next game on the schedule. And I'm not sure with those starting pitchers. I do believe Gavin Williams will start for the Cleveland Guardians. Let's see about Toronto, who is inclined to pitch in Game 3. All right, let's see. It's either him or Bassett. So it could be Bassett or Scherzer. So I might change it to Bassett and see, because he's not tired. We're going to put Bassett up here. So I think Bassett will pitch in Game 3. And do they have someone else that could probably... They could go with... they got this pitcher too. You Savage? They have him too. Let's see what he's done. He's pitched in 1 game in the playoffs against Boston, so he could start instead of Scherzer. Scherzer. Can't pronounce the name. So, but it'll be Bassett to pitch in Game 3 for the Toronto Blue Jays, and for the Guardians it will be Gavin Williams, the top pitcher for the Guardians. So, that's right. We'll set this here. So it should be a good game, as it's tied 1-1 in the series. And that's about it for that. So hope you enjoyed that. And we will get on with the next game at some point. I'm not sure when. Maybe later today. I'll try to get this game in and get this game day done. So we'll see. Do they have a day off? This is the 17th. Let me see what's going on here. Scores. I mean, they just had a day off. So there's the 17th. No, they don't. The 18th is there. And then the 19th. So they have 3 games, 17, 18, 19th. Okay. So to close it out for the 17th will be the Guardians and Blue Jays. So that's it for this. Hope you enjoy the rest of the day, and I'll see you next time.